coming from Cunnamulla is a big free camp. It's across from a little cemetery and right along the river. It's called Wallam Creek, sorry. There's toilets, there's the cemetery. Thank you, Mum. There's a cemetery there. A little park for the kids and straight onto the river. How beautiful is this? Beautiful spot. There's also a dump point as well. This would be a really great spot to spend a night or two, but we're going to keep pushing through to Nindigully.
So we just did a little stop. As you saw, we played with the tyre and the wheel hub on that right hand rear. So I just went after 100 k's and checked all the wheel nuts to make sure they were still nice and tight, and then everything looked good. So it's important to make sure that you do rechecks on your nuts after you put a tyre on. I'll probably do another check when we get to Nindigully tonight as well, just to make sure the nuts haven't come loose, because the last thing you want is a tyre coming off whilst you're driving along towing the van. But yeah, it's another little one for you, just to make sure you do the follow-up checks after you do stuff like that. Crystal, the Nindigully Pub. Yep. The oldest pub in Queensland.
Oldest licensed pub in Queensland.
That's in original condition.
Yep. It was established in 1864.
What's in the creek, Evelyn?
Yabbies.
And how do we catch them? With a yabby pot. You like yabbies?
I don't like yabbies.
Yeah, you like yabbies in your belly, don't you?
No, Hazel does.
Hazel does.
Hazel
She's rubbing her belly
yabbies.
saying yabbies.
Okay.
Evelyn does.
No, Evelyn doesn't.
I did.
Where do yabbies go?
In here.
That's where they come from. Where do they go?
In here.
Into your belly. Yeah. I think you'd be in a boat by the time you got to the other side. So you can camp all up in here at the Nindigully Pub area too. Huge camping area. I think there'll never be any shortage. At the moment, I think due to all the rain, there's a bit of a mosquito problem, and they're bloody huge. But that's alright, it gives me a reason to smack Crystal. Only when there's a mosquito on her, of course.
I wasn't that fast.
You're super fast. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
I can get it.
Oi! Oh, one on my neck. Mosquitoes are just killing me. so we're at the Nindigully Pub, and all your donations for the Royal Flying Doctors to stay here for the night, and we actually throw it and pin it to the roof. So Crystal's going to give it a go for our amusement. And
Good
watch
on
it.
you, Crystal.
So spin it.
Yeah,
Should I go up here?
yeah.
I'm not going to get this. No. So just up.
Yeah.
Oh, she got it first go. First go.
Sucked it. Done well. Like third time I've ever seen that happen. That's good. Now I got 3.
Yes, third time.
The uncoordinated ones come through. Look at the size of this meal at the Nindigully Pub. It's huge. Just a bit cold here in Nindigully this morning. It's frost.
Ready for another drive? Where are we going today?
Next holiday.
Next holiday, next town.
Alright, that's it for Nindigully Pub. Make sure you get down here. The facilities are pretty good. The creek's really nice. There is a dump point here. There is toilets and showers available for a donation. It all goes to the RFDS. So make sure if you do stop here, go into the pub and do the coin toss where you throw your money and on a thumbtack and it sticks to the roof, as all the money goes to a really good cause and helps out these communities if they ever need that service. So that's one thing we've found. All the free stays that we've stayed at, it's all RFDS donations. So
Yeah.
make sure if you do stay, give a donation. Every bit helps and it keeps that service running for these remote communities.
Yeah.
But yeah, the food was really good last night. Had a few beers, watched the footy. It was really, really good. They got a fire pit out the back, heaps of playing equipment for the kids.
Yep.
Really good overnight stop for families. So,
And if you feel like a little bit of luxury, you can stay in the hotel as well. I think prices start from $15 each.
yeah. I'm not too
And
sure.
they're just little rooms, but you know, they're probably warmer than what we experienced last night. I think we got to a low of 0 degrees.
Yeah, it was pretty cold last night, about 0.
Yeah, it was freezing, and especially when your diesel heater is running low on fuel. Alright, we're just at Goondiwindi. There's not much to do here, so it looks like we might be pushing on. Unfortunately, the customs house that I wanted to visit is closed today. Yeah, so we are on the way out to town. There's a little information board and a park and a rest stop. So we're just going to have lunch here. Miles is going to cook up some of the beef patties, and we'll just make up like some hot hamburgers for lunch.
Burgers and bacon.
My hands are so cold.
It's freezing here.
Pack a jacket. We're covered in winter.
Yeah. Not bad for a meal on the road. How's it look? Pretty good. What do you think, Ev?
Good!
Yeah, she's the queen. Oh, we made it to Yalabin. If you're on your way through Inglewood or Goondiwindi, you'll go past the silos, so make sure you stop and have a look. They're really worthwhile. Yeah, the artwork's really cool.
What's the matter, Crystal?
I'm so cold.
So we're just in Inglewood, a little rest area here. It's beside the highway, so it's a bit noisy, but it's free. So stay of the night, we're just walking to the playground to let the kids have a play for this afternoon. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. You can see where all the water come through recently with the floods. There's a little path that goes under the bridge so you don't have to cross the main road, which is good. Crystal is just thrilled to be here pushing the swing. Look at that face.
I got you that.
Alright guys, so we are back from our Beat Outback trip. In total we spent 14 days, and out of those 14 days we only paid for 4 days of accommodation. We did a lot of attractions. With us, obviously, for most of them the kids were free because of their ages. So if you've got older kids, this cost might be a bit more for you. For food and drinks, I mean, this is obviously going to be different for your own family. We did eat out a couple of times, especially at like Nindigully Pub. That was quite expensive.
And yeah, Nindigully Pub.
Nindigully
Pub. When we started the free camps, we tried to support the town to offset
the accommodation.
Yeah, not paying accommodation. So it does the right thing and helps the town out instead of just, you know, taking from the town and giving nothing back.
Yeah. So for total, for the whole 14 days, we spent $2,210.41. Fuel and accommodation, I don't think you could really change that anymore, other than the fact that you would just take the trip slower. And so your cost isn't right up front there.
I think we stumbled across 2 free camps that if we weren't on time pressures, we would have actually stayed there because they were really, really nice spots. One was in...
Bollon?
Was it Bollon? Yeah, one was Bollon and the other one was where that big wombat was. What was it, Eulo?
Yeah, Eulo.
Yeah, Eulo. There was another good free stay there. So
yeah,
there is heaps of free stays on this track. As you would have seen through our, you know, little series we've done of the Outback trip. There is some stretches where it's, you know, just a 3-4 hour drive of nothing and
dirt road.
Yeah, unfortunately you can't do anything about it, but that's just what you have to do when you're out west.
Yeah.
But
there is lots of wildlife. Like we saw, so in total we saw 30 emus. Obviously endless cattle, sheep and kangaroos, but that was pretty exciting. We haven't seen very many wild emus like that before.
No, some people saw an echidna. An echidna on the Charlotte's Plains, which we missed him. We didn't get to see it, but
lobster? No, lobster. What do they call them?
Oh, massive yabbies.
Yabbies.
Yeah.
Lots of yabbies. And there's fishing out there that you can do as well. If
you're
keen on that. But yeah, well, we really enjoyed it all. I would do the trip again.
Yeah, the only
thing. It's not a trip that I would not do. Obviously, we probably won't do it again anytime soon. But there's definitely towns in there that I'd love to revisit.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be doing, if you want to do a similar trip to what we did, we would actually personally recommend to do it backwards. So instead of going through Charleville around, we would recommend going south first and going through Cunnamulla and going up and around. We found that Cunnamulla's information centre provide a lot of information for the whole natural science loop, and it all made sense.
We did have a couple of rest days, but like I said, we could have used a couple extra days in some of those free camps. And then once we got close to Brisbane, obviously, you know, once we got near Warrego, we've actually gone out that way. So we just pretty much punched it back into Brisbane from there. Did 2 days to get home.
Yeah, pretty much Goondiwindi all the way back home we've done. So we skipped out a lot on that. But, you know, I think one of the best things that we could take away from the trip was actually talking to other travellers. I learned a lot of information. It was so great to actually, you know, listen to their experiences, where they recommended. There were, like Nindigully Pub, we didn't even have that on our list to stop. And someone said in Charleville, make sure you go there.
Yeah, one thing we learned is that you can have a plan, but don't think the plan's set in stone. Adapt and move with it.
Doesn't mean you're not going to do something that's already in your plan. It just means that, you know, your trip might be an extra day longer.
Yeah, because we had to stop. We stayed an extra night in Cunnamulla waiting for Charlotte's Plains to open because the roads were all closed because of the rain and stuff. So.
But we loved the extra time in Cunnamulla.
Yeah, it was worth staying there for the extra day. So
you know, can't always take a negative with the negative. Sometimes the negative turns out to be a positive.
Yeah.
So definitely worthwhile. Really enjoyed the communal fire pits. So if you're staying in an area where they're offering that communal happy hour fire pit, jump in there, talk to them. Everyone was so lovely and friendly and welcoming. You know, obviously we're not in our 50s and we've got young kids, so we tend to be the youngest of the groups. But there were other families out there travelling as well, and it was just lovely to speak to everyone, gain knowledge and learn from their experiences.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I think we only bumped into one other family at all the places we stayed, but we did see other families on the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was overall pretty expensive. It fits into that $1,000 a week that a lot of people talk about, which we didn't really hold back because obviously we're still working full time, and it was a bit of a holidays for the family.
Yeah, you could definitely cut out a lot of the attractions, and you can make food and your
Yeah, well, not just the attractions. I think the food bill was probably the biggest one we'd hit, and obviously we wouldn't drive for as long, so they would get spread out over time.
Yeah.
Fuel prices, I think the most expensive we saw was like almost $2.50 a litre, so that was that was incredible. And then
and don't always think closer to the coast is cheaper fuel.
No, we did see cheaper fuel, yeah.
Some that was actually cheaper for the west.
The west lowest we played was $2.06, and we got back to Brisbane it was $2.11. So
yeah.
But we did learn that when you're out that way, download an app called Fuel Charge, and it's within the company of IOR. But yeah, that's sort of a wrap up for this one.
Hopefully you enjoyed our trip.
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed coming along with us on our trip. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you did like it. It really does help us, especially leading into full-time travel. It helps recommend our videos to others so they watch along as well.
Yeah.
But that's it for this one. I hope you liked our Outback trip. Thanks for coming along on the journey. If you've watched all the, I think 4 episodes we're going to do. So
yeah, 3 or 4. You'll know by now.
Yeah, if you've enjoyed them and like coming along, please let us know. And yeah, we look forward to taking you on our next adventure.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks very much, guys. We'll see you next time.